morning. You are listening to Table for Two with Naomi Nachman on the Nachum Segal Network. I am so excited to be back in the hot seat. Pesach has just passed. I kind of took a little bit of time off right before Pesach and right after Pesach, but it is so good to see my friend ZK back in the studio. Mazel tov to Nachum and Stacey on their son's bar mitzvah this past weekend, and now we are back. I saw him at the bar mitzvah and the whole gang, the Nachum Segal Network gang, and it's so great to be back. And I took the train in this morning because I didn't want to have to deal with driving, but it's really fabulous to be part of this amazing, amazing network. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Naomi Nachman. I'm about all the food all the time. I love food. I love shopping for it, eating it, cooking it, eating at restaurants. Anything food related. I'm a kosher personal chef, a cookbook author. Anytime you don't feel like cooking, you can give me a call. Hope you'll tune in every week and hear from my exciting guests and my food traveling and sharing of great food ideas and recipes. But I want to hear from you too. So email me, naomi@nachumsegal.com. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest. And you can find me on the valzigourmet.com too. Wow, you think I would know that by heart, but I actually don't. I have notes. See, every week I write notes. I have my main intro here, and then I add in like all the different amazing guests and what's going on the show, and I fill it in between where I have to put my station ID. Every show gets a lot of thought and is planned out, and I'm very excited to have on the show today I have three guests today because this is an action-packed show. Just want to give a little shout-out to Ram Caterers, where I spent nearly 2 weeks working with them on their brilliant, amazing Pesach program. You know that you think, I always say amazing all the time, but if I don't like something, I just don't talk about it. But what I do talk about is all the amazing things that I do. Being part of their team was such an honor. Thank you to Simon, Zebby Albacher, and Alex Albacher, and to, of course, Faye Gertelman for putting together an amazing program and having me come, to Barry Simanowitz, who I'm always bothering during the year. I love you guys, and thank you for having me. I got to meet so many incredible people, so many chefs in the kitchen who taught me things. Every time I would go into the kitchen, they're like, hey, Naomi, look at this and look at that. And they show me cool tricks in their industrial kitchen. So really, thank you to the entire Ram catering team for making me feel like part of the family. And to all the guests who just were so friendly. We had a great time, and I really trying to lose the weight that I gained over Pesach. So, shout out to the Miami restaurants they ate at either before or after Pesach. Tasty Beach Cafe, you never disappoint me. I love your food. To Soho Bar and Grill, I want to say that you are just a fabulous restaurant. Every time I go there, you never disappoint me as well. That pad thai is a killer. Whenever I see pad thai on the menu, I always get it, and yours is right up there with the best. And to Mark Aquinin from Fuego, you always treat me like a queen and with my family. Thank you so much. We had wonderful meals at all these restaurants, and I just want to give them a shout out for being so awesome. Okay, it's time to move on because we've got an action-packed show here, as I said before. On the line, all the way from Toronto, we got him for just a couple of minutes. Shlomo Asayag, he's the food king of Toronto. In New York, we think we have our food groups here, and we have so many people leading our food groups, from Milan to Donnie to just the people in general that just know a lot about food. But Shlomo is the head in Toronto, right? Can I say that?
That's sweet of you. Thank you.
It's so nice. We met a year ago or so, through our mutual friend Shauna McGency, and you could tell the rest from there almost.
Yeah, it was a great meeting, and my head started spinning, and I wanted to figure out a way of how to bring you to Toronto and run one of your chopped events here. And finally, we were lucky enough to have you coming here in a couple of weeks.
I'm very excited. I hope that all the Toronto Nachum Segal Network listeners are going to come to our event. So as you know, I'm going to be doing a chopped event. But Shlomo, just tell me a little bit about your foodie background.
Okay, so I've been in the restaurant businesses for the last 9 years. I have a company called Kosher Meats to You and Kosher Barbecue to You. So we do home delivery, restaurant caterers, and we sell wholesale meat, chicken, and fish. And in the summer times for 5 months, we run a kosher barbecue catering business where we come to you, we bring all the grills, all the food, and we put on barbecue catering.
I love it.
And another major thing, 2 years ago, I started a Facebook group called Speedy Meaty. And last week, we just hit 15,000 members.
Oh, my God, that has grown really fast.
Yeah, over 2 years. It's been amazing. So it's all information about anything in Canada, kosher. And we're just starting to promote kosher. And we have a lot of followers from the States. And we just want to promote kosher around the world.
I love that. And I feel like since I've joined when I first met you over a year ago, I mean, as we said before, the group has grown tremendously. But I noticed so many of my fellow New Yorkers are also in your group. And I think that's great. Just spreading the love of kosher across the world is amazing. So if you are on Facebook, join his group, Speedy Meaty, right?
Yes, Speedy Meaty.
Okay, so continue.
So doing a barbecue last year for High Lifeline. And I saw the families, and I saw how they put on an event every year where it's just laid back. All the families come. We did a barbecue for them. It was just it was amazing to see all the kids and smiling. And it just touched me, and I said, I have to get involved with High Lifeline. And I came up with this idea of doing a Guru Fest. And where we can get everyone together, we can have all the restaurants and caterers showcase some new products, give out food, open bar, giveaways all night. And we have Justin's No Frills as the event sponsor, and he's been a huge, huge help to the community this past year since he's taken over. He's just helped giving great deals to the community and helping promote kosher as well.
I think that's absolutely fantastic. And how did you get the name Guru Fest?
Well, the groups, when we started the group 2 years ago, it was Speedy Meaty. It was TO's, Toronto's Kosher Guru. And from there, the name just clicked, Guru Fest, and where you just come and eat and drink, socialize, and have fun and support a great charity and watch a great chopped event by your own Naomi Nachman.
You're so sweet. I'm really looking forward to it. And Geffen is a sponsor. They are sponsoring the food. So we're very excited about that. And you'll be able to watch part of the event through their page on Geffen. So make sure you are following Geffen. And what other channels can people see it or get involved with on social media or reach out to you?
We have the Instagram page, The Kosher King. We have the Facebook group, Speedy Meaty. You can get your tickets at gurufest.ca, and you're supporting High Lifeline. And we're very excited, and it's going to be a great evening for a great cause.
Okay, I'm really looking forward to coming. Shlomo, you have to do me one huge favor.
Sure.
I know it's not entirely in your hands, but
yes.
I heard you had snow this past week. So can you make sure there's no snow?
Yes, it's melting away as we speak. So I'm hoping by next week it'll be all gone, all dry.
Oh, gosh. You know, you come back from Florida and Pesach, and before Pesach I was saying, no more black tights. I'm not buying another pair of black tights. And you come back from Pesach and we're still in black tights. It's still a little bit chilly right here after Pesach. So, but I heard Toronto had snow. So people are texting me. Apparently there's this big sign with Naomi Nachman comes to Chop to Toronto. People are sending me the picture of the sign. And then there's snow around the sign. I'm like, no snow.
I know, we're working on it. We have our heaters out there. We're going to melt everything just for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. You know, still a Sydney girl at heart.
Yeah.
Okay, good. We're looking forward to that. We've got a great lineup. Let's talk about the judges. Who are our judges?
We have Amy Stopnicki from The Taste.
Oh, yeah. Amy. Love her. Very good cookbook.
We have Daniela Silver from Silver Cookbook.
Love her book.
And we're working on a guest star.
Oh, a guest. Oh, I'm waiting to see who that is.
Yeah.
Even I don't know who that is.
Confirmation. Yes, you don't know.
Okay, so 2 cookbook authors. Yeah, Daniela Silver's cookbook is like staple in my kitchen. Silver platter. Very excited. And she's a wonderful person inside out. I've gotten to know her very well. And I've met Amy once. I have her book. So, you know, very excited to hang out with them. And I think one of the prizes is that we go out for lunch with a bunch of people. So I'm looking forward to trying
It's going to be nice.
Trying Toronto's food. Okay, amazing. Thank you, Shlomo, so much.
Thank you for having me on, and can't wait to see you on Sundays.
Yeah, a little bit less from that now at this point, so I'm really excited.
Perfect.
All right, make sure you get your
very much.
tickets, gurufest.ca, and I'll see you soon, Shlomo.
Guru out.
Okay, bye.
Take care.
Guru out. He's so funny. So we're just talking about two cookbook authors there, but I've got the world's, let's not just say America, I've got the world's next top cookbook out there. I am so honored to have Chani Applebaum on my show. We actually really just first met when I first reached out to you. Dear Busy in Brooklyn, my name is Naomi Nachman and I have a radio show. And you came on with your tiny baby, your fourth child, your baby boy.
He's almost 4 now.
He's almost 4. With Gloria Coburn.
Yes. Good memory.
And then after that, we're like friends for a long time already.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm good.
You're
excited.
You're like in the labor stage of when the book goes to print, but you haven't quite given birth yet.
Yes. I've been calling Naomi like every day for a while because she's been through this and she knows.
It's amazing.
Yes.
It's when Gedalia will hand you your book, you're going to cry like they hand you your baby.
I cried enough already.
It's amazing.
Yes.
Good tears.
Good tears, yes.
Okay, let's so am I the first press thing you're doing for the book?
I did do an article for a newspaper, but yeah, first radio interview.
First radio interview, first of many. There will be a lot because I did quite a lot for my book, so I know what's coming for you. Okay, so let's hold up the book. Well, it's not the actual book; it's the printout that Devora makes for us from Art Scroll.
Yes.
So I wanted all my viewers to see it.
Yes.
And Aviva's got her camera out. I have Aviva from Remember Me Home. He's going to be doing a knife demo for us today. I promised you action-packed. You're getting it.
Yes.
Okay.
So, this is the cover, Millennial Kosher. It's going to be out in just about a week. A week from tomorrow.
Okay,
Yes.
so wait. So everyone's listening to this on Friday morning. So it's coming out what day of the week?
Friday morning this week?
This Friday. This is airing this Friday.
Okay.
We're meeting a little bit earlier
So
on the week.
it'll be a little bit less than a week, yeah.
A little bit less than a week till we hold Chani's baby.
Yes. I joke with my kids that I'm going to dress up the cookbook and walk it in the carriage and feed it, and they get really nervous.
Yeah.
They're like, what's happening to
Wait.
Mommy?
Leora had a really hard time. Let me tell you.
Yeah, so it's definitely my baby for now. Yeah, so it's very exciting. Very exciting. Lots of hard work coming to fruition.
Let's put can ZK, we get this up on the screen? Okay, let's talk about the name.
Okay.
How'd you get this?
So
gorgeous
Millennial
name?
Kosher. So I really went back and forth a lot about, what I wanted my book to be about. And I really, thinking about it, I realized that this is really, an expression of what my passion is, which is reinventing traditional kosher food and Jewish food and breathing new life into it and bringing it into this generation, goodbye to the margarine and the onion soup mix and in with the coconut oil and porcini mushroom powder and other umami flavors. So really I just...
Explain umami to our
So
listeners.
umami is the fifth sense, okay? So we all
Sixth
know...
sense.
Sixth sense.
We have 5 senses. This is the sixth.
sense, yes.
I'm a teacher. I was a teacher before I was a foodie.
So you tell everyone what the 5 senses are.
Eyes, taste, hearing, sound, touch, umami.
Right. So umami is the savory. Okay, so it's intensely savory food like you get from onion soup mix.
In between, salt and
Yeah. So you have things like soy sauce or miso paste, kosher bacon would all be, different umami flavors, dried mushrooms. So intensely savory food. So definitely incorporate things like that into my book and, really just cooking more... a little bit healthier than we've been eating for many generations. More savory. I grew up, I'm Ashkenazi. My mother cooked a lot of very, very sweet foods. So that's pretty much what it's about.
I love, I can say that. You've definitely reinvented kosher. You've definitely given it a new spin. And I can say that.
I feel like all the bloggers really have the whole
community.
The whole community of kosher food bloggers have kind of reinvented the world of kosher. So that's really where I want. I feel like, there's kosher cookbooks. A lot of kosher, but your kosher cookbook is inventive. It's inventive and innovative.
It's definitely changed from, look at Susie, who's done it over 10 years.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
How she changed from book 1 to book 10.
Yes, for sure.
Right?
Yeah.
You can't not. I think that was a 14-year period, a 13-year period in her 10
trends
books.
change over time.
Right. But with even that, there was margarine in her first book and none in her last book. And that's from the same author.
Right. Yeah.
So Honey's really got to, you know, she
so,
found her place.
So times have changed, and really it's time for the kosher cookbooks to change, and they have over time. But sometimes you do see a lot of the same things.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, over and over again. A lot of the traditional foods, and really you're not going to find.
There's always a brisket in every kosher cookbook. Do you have one?
I
in
do
there
have.
too?
I have a pulled beef recipe, and lots of fun ways to use it.
Right.
But you're not going to find traditional chicken soup or traditional gefilte fish in my book.
Right.
You're going to find reinvented gefilte fish, like gefilte fish pizza, which is really cool.
What?
Yes.
What?
I basically fry a giant gefilte fish patty, which happened one week by mistake because I had no time to fry individual ones.
Right.
So I made one large one, and then I top it off with like mayonnaise, and then like fresh, chioggia beets or watermelon radish shaved really thinly, and carrot ribbons and arugula. So it looks like a salad over a pizza, and it's a really fun way to serve gefilte fish.
I love that.
Yeah, so that's really my passion.
This is, I think, quintessential Busy in Brooklyn. And anyone who knows Honey, knows Busy in Brooklyn, has been following her for a long time. This is the format that you've gone in. You've always reinvented. I mean, you come up with creative stuff all on your own, but I love the reinvention that you do.
Yeah. So, you know, that's not, I feel like when you write a book, you really have to think about, you know, everyone that's going to be buying it. So obviously that can't be the whole focus of the book. I feel like it's a very good balance of, you know, holiday dishes and everyday dinners, because I am a mom of 5 and I do have to put dinner on the table, and I want it to be quick and easy. So you definitely have dinners like that.
Right.
So really there's a balance. There's a balance of, you know, some healthy dishes and some more, indulgent dishes, like my Hasselback salami that I'm famous for.
Right.
I did 3 ways in the book. So
I
2
feel
new
like
ways.
you put that on this show first.
That
You
could be.
said you talked about it here.
Yeah.
And then you put it on the blog.
Yes.
And, you know,
Yeah.
like it was first announced here.
Yeah, and now it's like being made all over the world, sold at deli counters, and it's amazing. So I really wanted to gift my followers with 2 new versions because everybody loves that recipe, and an amazing way to serve it. I did like a Hasselback salami charcuterie board with a beautiful photo, and, you know, just how to build a board.
We'll talk about boards in a minute, which are very popular.
Yeah.
But let's talk about photography, because from Susie to Leah to myself included, we all have a photographer. Mm-hmm. You and Miriam are the only 2 who've written the recipes, styled them yourselves, and photographed them yourselves. She is 3 Honey Apple. These 3 people rolled up into one.
You know, it was a lot of pressure on me. I felt very confident about the recipe part, about the recipe development, and I was a little scared of photographing it. I turned my dining room into a photography studio for like 6 weeks.
Yeah.
I hired an assistant. Shout out to Marnie, who helped me, cook all the dishes, and I was just really organized about it. Really, really organized about it, and I just found my groove, and I'm really, really proud of the photos in the book. Really proud.
Well, we can see from just the cover alone. I've had a sneak peek.
This was one of my first photos that I shot.
Oh, really?
Yes. And when I took the picture,
yeah.
So these are shawarma fish lafos, which is like a hybrid lafa plus taco, so lafo. And basically, it's shawarma, a spiced fish. Could use any kind of white fish fillet.
I just did for Yom Ha'atzmaut. I did a falafel crusted flounder.
Oh.
Okay, for Yom Ha'atzmaut with Israeli salad, because I wanted that for Yom Ha'atzmaut last week.
Yeah, that's fun. So these are pickled turnips.
Yeah.
We have some red cabbage slaw and a tahini crema where I take tahina and I add Greek yogurt to it, so it really lightens it up,
that's
and
good.
It makes it amazing. Which no one thinks of tahina like as a dairy condiment. So in this recipe, it's used that way. But you can also make it parve. It's totally
right. I love that. I've seen that in Israel.
Yeah.
That's
awesome. my twist on a lafa. I love
very
Israeli
typical of
food.
the book.
Yeah. And I love tacos, and tacos are so millennial. And also Middle Eastern food is so in right now, and I definitely love the Middle Eastern influence. So definitely work that into quite a number of recipes.
Right.
When I took this picture, I knew I wanted this photo, and I went to my publisher and I was like, okay,
Art Scroll,
and I said I'm going to use this, and he's like, just wait, you're going to take 150 more pictures. You don't know that you're going to want this picture, but I did want it in the end, because I just felt like it really represented what's in the book and the flavor and profile that I love, and the whole idea of millennial kosher. So.
Obsessed.
Yes.
Obsessed.
Thank you.
I can't wait to get the book this week. I don't know. I hope they get it to me fast.
I hope they get it to me fast. Everyone's like, do you have any connections where you can get it early? I'm like, no, I'm getting it the same time as everyone.
No. You're gonna drive in. I drove in on a Friday.
Yeah,
and Gedalia handed it to me.
Yeah.
I literally took 300 books home in my car.
Yeah, that's what's good. Yeah.
It's so exciting.
We brought some foods from the book, obviously, and
ZK, I warned you, it was going to be a party today.
I also brought Naomi a taste of home, a little surprise for you. I found in my freezer the peppermint patties from Hamish. I went to Australia. So I said I have to bring them to Naomi because
these are so
they're
cute.
all the way from home.
But from Melbourne.
Yes.
But I'm from Sydney. But
I know, but you know those.
Everybody in Sydney loves Hamish cookies from Melbourne. So I love
Yes,
those.
Those are the
So I have the ones still in my freezer.
Yeah, you still?
That you bought me. I have like one a week.
Okay, good. So I brought you those.
It's my Shabbos treat.
Because I was actually, I happen to have these two in my freezer because they freeze really well. So one
Okay,
here.
let's talk. What's this?
These are my date peanut chews. Now, when I was growing up in my bubby's house, she always had nutty chews. Like I'm Chalav Yisrael, so I don't eat the the Goldberg's peanuts.
Yeah,
Goldenberg's.
My
peanut
dad
chews.
used to import them to Australia.
Oh, okay, but so they're dairy.
They're
not
dairy,
Chalav Yisrael.
yeah.
So
No.
I don't eat those. So we always had nutty chews. You know what nutty chews are?
Yeah, and
So
the
those are the
brown,
brown
the little
ones, yeah.
brown packages.
So my bubby always had them out on her table, and we would always sneak them home, in our pockets. Anyway, I was like, I want to create one where you don't have to sneak anything because they are healthy, and they're made with dates, and peanuts and chocolate. I'll show you the actual picture in the book, but they're great because you freeze them, and they're a healthy snack. You don't have to feel bad about eating them. So this is them.
Gorgeous.
And of course, I finished them with some mold and salt because the
Millennial.
flaky salt is
Okay, so
the
we're gonna-
sweet and the salty. You want to try one?
Did I promise you? No, he's had a...
You're full. Yeah.
Okay. I made a bracha off camera, by the way, before.
Okay. So it's
my God.
basically show the camera like the inside, like how it looks like a peanut chew, right?
Oh my God. It tastes like that salt just takes it over.
Yes. I love salted
my
desserts
God.
in general.
Oh my goodness, honey, that's amazing.
Do you want to try one? Okay.
Wait. That's outstanding.
I appreciate that.
That's really good. And I've had the other peanut chews. These are better than
Yeah, and these are healthy.
And these are milchik?
They're legitimately healthy. These are pariv. They are
It
dates.
tastes milchik.
They're literally dates, peanuts, chocolate, and salt. There's 4 ingredients in there.
I love those kind of easy recipes,
Yeah.
guys. I know you're listening to the show on your apps and on the website, but make sure you go to the YouTube channel Nachum Segal Net and watch this show because I want you to see all the fun stuff that I'm showing you because Honey's book is out in a couple of days. Pre-order it right now
On Amazon, you can get it for $28. It will ship a couple of days later. Then it will ship. If you order from Art Scroll, you'll get a signed copy. It's, I believe, $31.99.
You're going to have to go in there and sign them. You know
I know.
that, right?
I already have a lot to sign. He's like, good luck.
I sat in Miriam's old office and I
Yes.
sat with it. Get a Sharpie.
Yeah,
you have to
Sharpie.
find the right Sharpie that goes with the inside cover.
Yeah.
And so I had Gedalia and Rabbi Meir Zlotowitz, that's all, sign my book.
Oh, that's
The
nice.
copy that he handed me, I had him sign it, and then I went to his father to sign it, Oliver Stahl.
that's so nice.
And he signed it. I used a silver pen, and Rabbi Zlotowitz said to me, "What a great color pen that you chose." And that's a big honor because Rabbi Meir Zlotowitz is artistic. That's why it's called Art Scroll,
Right.
because
You told me that
he's
recently.
artistic. So he actually was very instrumental in designing my cover of my book, the colors. He picked the final colors because Rabbi Zlotowitz, because he had a better eye than anyone else and we're having a hard time. So the final thing went to him. And so I had him sign my book. And so he liked the silver. So just find the right pen that goes to the inside cover.
Look, my cover has, millennial pink. This is not actually millennial pink, which is like a light pink, but millennial pink is a thing.
Oh, really? I had no idea.
Yeah, but it's not this color pink. It's kind of a lighter pink.
So it's pink on the inside.
But we do have pink here, and then there's you can see the wort here. There's that magenta again, and also the end leaf, the lining of the the inside of the book. I have something very cool. I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to leave it as a surprise.
Oh,
but
yeah,
it's something
good.
very
I
cool
like
there.
to be surprised.
I know. I didn't tell anybody that because I wanted to leave some surprises.
But everything is so well thought out when you put a book together. Things that you don't
Yes.
realize unless you're doing a book.
Yes.
The color of the paper of the inside cover.
Yeah.
Are you going to have a print on it? In your bio.
Right.
Like all those things. You're like, huh? All those questions come up.
100%.
I'll know better for the next round. But I just, I was overwhelmed by, I didn't know what to pick.
It was amazing for me that I had you to call. I called you for so much advice. So thank you.
My pleasure. But you have a more artistic eye, so I'm like,
I did. I went to school for web design many years ago, so I definitely I have an eye for that stuff, and I knew what I wanted, and I wanted the next caliber, really. Okay, so let's move on to the next recipe.
Ooh, more food.
We got some chalva mousse.
I love chalva mousse. My mum's been making chalva mousse forever.
Really?
I have a chalva mousse that we make in our family, but I know that Honey's is going to kick it over the edge.
So I'll tell you what. Okay, so this is
different?
it in the recipe. Which this one is not marbled because I had this in my freezer, so I just brought it. So, would you like to try one?
It's okay. You might want to try it.
Okay, later. So basically, I actually developed this recipe for a cooking class. I give a lot of cooking demos around the world.
Yeah, find her. Bring her to your neighborhood, wherever you are.
Yeah.
Seriously, she's fun.
Thank you. So I actually developed the recipe using tofu originally because I wanted it to be a healthier thing. But I did find, from my audiences, people are scared of tofu. And I'm also scared of tofu. I actually have a chapter in the book called Meatless Meals because Meatless Mondays are very important to me. It's very millennial to give our bodies a break from all the animal protein and, eat more plant-based. So I have that chapter called Meatless Meals, and it's, vegetarian and vegan recipes.
She has something for everyone.
Yeah,
seriously.
so I really wanted to work that in, and I tried to work on a tofu recipe, but I just really don't like it.
I remember that.
So something that I did was I actually made these schnitzel subs where I cut the because I was like, the only way you're getting me to eat tofu is if I fry it. So I fried the tofu into cubes with a crispy coating, and I give it to my kids, and they actually ate it. But then my 4-year-old takes a bite of it, and he's like, he turns to his siblings and he's like, why did mommy put marshmallow in the schnitzel? And I was like, this is not going in my book. So no, there's actually one tempeh recipe because I feel like tempeh.
I love tempeh.
Yeah, I like tempeh because it has a bite and there's texture to it. I feel like the thing that a lot of people don't like about tofu is that it's just like a marshmallow. There's no texture there. It's a sponge.
Mm-hmm. I actually don't mind tofu.
So I like tempeh. So I do have a tempeh recipe. And then as far as the mousse was concerned, I actually tested it a different way, so it does not have tofu in it. But anyone's welcome to email me for the healthier version. But this one actually has whipped cream in it. So, but how do you like it?
It's so good.
So actually, this one wasn't marbled. The one in the book is marbled, which is
so good. And you know what? Even her little tiny sample she's brought in. Look how beautiful this lady knows how to plate things.
I love this is also very in now. The shredded chalva.
Oh, right. So I buy that.
Light and airy.
So even her little cups that she's made, I would just put it in on top, and I might even put the shredded chalva on top. But she puts the pistachios and she has the chocolate drizzle, and
because mousse
big and a little.
You have to think about texture. Mousse is very airy and light, but you need some crunch there. So that's why I always think about that.
That's really great.
Last thing I brought here, these are smoky because I wanted to. I gave you 2 sweet things. Savory food is very important to me.
Oh,
I feel like kosher food is very, very often heavy-handed with the sugar. I said this. I mentioned this in the book, but growing up, my job in the house was always to make the salad dressing on Shabbos when I was a teenager.
I've got a kid like that. She has to make my dressings.
No, but I made I was so bad. I didn't know what I was doing. And one week I put salt instead of sugar. That we're talking about half a cup into the salad dressing, and everyone at the table is spitting it out. What is this? So it's the big joke in my family. This is what you do today. How'd that happen?
I know. My mother never thought I would do what I do.
But I actually think the joke is, why are we putting sugar in our salad dressing? It's meant to be a healthy appetizer to our meal. So really my salads dressings all have little to no sugar, maybe a tablespoon of honey here and there. And I have a chapter on savory snacks because I feel like when we're snacking, snacks don't always have to be sweet. So this is one of the recipes in my savory snacks chapter, which these are smoky sumac almonds. Sumac is
I love sumac.
Yes.
Oh, people don't use it enough, or they don't know what it is. It's really because they just don't know. Just tell them what sumac is.
It's basically a beautifully crimson spice, famous in the Middle East. It has a little bit of a citrusy, sour note to it. I actually have a huge jar that Danielle Renoff from Peas, Love, and Carrots sent me when she came here. It's a little old. She's like, honey, you need to get a new one and throw it out. But that's what I used here. It's actually from the Shuk. And so I use...
Mine's from the Shuk too.
Yeah. So I have a really big jar. So that recipe I just brought some photos. Is here.
I remember bringing you back some Hawaii's from the Shuk.
You did.
Yeah.
And I have a really good recipe in the book for Hawaii's garlic confit. Because if you think about what Hawaii's is used for, it's used for Yemenite chicken soup, right?
Yeah.
Chicken that simmers for a long, long time. So I thought about, what about taking garlic confit, which is garlic that simmered in oil for a while till it got soft.
I make every week garlic with za'atar.
Right. Right. So I've done it with za'atar, but try it with Hawaii's because it is so amazing.
I put Hawaii's in my chicken soup since my second last trip to
So
Israel.
you would love it.
Because my cousin, Judy Nachman, in Kashmanim did it, and my 10-year-old daughter, Leora, became obsessed.
Yes.
So I bought, for you and for Melinda, big things of Hawaii's.
Yes.
And we love it, Hawaii's.
Yes. Yeah. So it's amazing in garlic confit.
See, I learned...
And you want to dip your challah in that oil. It's so good.
Oh.
My recipe tester actually told me her husband got yellow oil all over his shirt.
Okay, that happened to my dad. He was with us last Sukkot, and because I put a ton of Hawaii's in, and he knocked his soup on his shirt, and it was yellow.
Did he ever get it out? Probably not.
He had sent it to dry cleaner.
I think everyone needs to wear a bib when they eat that.
Hawaii's, I know. It's the cumin. I once did a catering job for somebody, for her niece's vote, and it was at her house, and she had white carpet, and her house was clean and beautiful. She's a designer.
Okay.
So everything was just so. She says, you can't make anything with turmeric in it.
Oh,
I don't
wow.
want it on my carpet.
Yeah. Spices really stain. So with this recipe, I actually, this is the amount of thought that went into my styling. So I actually thought of like, who eats who eats almonds, like smoky almonds?
Yeah.
I'm thinking like a guy sitting with a bottle of beer reading, the stock market on the newspaper. So I actually photographed it on a newspaper. I actually sent my assistant to the store to buy me a newspaper. And I photographed it on a newspaper here with a bottle of beer and a beer opener.
What newspaper is it?
I believe it's the New York Times.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not the Wall Street Journal.
It might be the Wall Street Journal. I don't know. Whatever she was able. I don't remember what day of the week it was.
We both have a love for the Wall Street Journal
we
right
were both
now.
featured in that newspaper. So this is the type of thought that I put into every single photo when I shot it, and I love. This is one of my favorite photos. I actually took another shot with my phone on the side with my website, but then people told me it was a little cheesy, so I left it out.
We're all about the marketing, man.
Yes. But yeah, so just to give you a little idea of what.
But even just the right colouring of, if you can see, if you're watching the bottle opener that she's put there, kind of is in the same colour family.
Yeah.
It's
also the
copper.
bottle of beer.
Can I
you
call
got
it
the yellow.
copper? I know you probably call it something else because you're much more artistic. That's coppery. The nuts are coppery. It has that whole coppery look.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to bring in too many colors when you're doing
Right,
the photo
but
because
this
everything
is
competes with each other.
beautiful.
Thank you.
I
So-
love that colouring.
Yeah. So you got to try these two. Did you try them? I don't know. Oh, okay.
No, I tried it. I could eat sumac plain.
Oh, it's delicious. Also in trina. It's so good in trina and on fish.
Oh, I love it. In salads, I've done on roasted vegetables.
Yeah, really good on roasted
Remember when
vegetables.
we went to La Boite?
Yes. So
we're busy
So
with
what I
La
wanted
Boite.
to tell you is that my recipe calls for chili pepper. You can use any kind. You can use red pepper flakes, but I actually, just in your honor, because we went to La Boite together to this class, I bought urfa pepper there.
I learned that from you.
Right, urfa biber it's called, and I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know. So that's what I used today in it.
It's a kind of
Chili. But
pepper. It's called orfa. I call it orfa pepper.
Urfa, but it's called biber. Urfa biber, I think.
I don't know.
There's also there are chili pepper from different origins in the world. So there's there's Aleppo pepper, which is from Syria.
Right.
And I don't know, where's the urfa from? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
Somewhere in the Middle East.
Where's urfa?
I know Michael Solomonov uses it a lot in his recipes, which is where I saw it in his book, Zahav. So that's why I bought it, and I used it in here today. But, you can use any chili pepper flakes. Work.
Right.
But these have a little bit more of an earthy flavor, the urfa.
Yeah, I absolutely love those flavors. So it's urfa and
Sumac.
Sumac?
And, yeah.
This is
Yeah,
like
but I don't want to put anyone off because this happens to be a little bit of a more out there recipe. I feel like a lot of the recipes do use very basic pantry ingredients. But something I did put in my book in the intro chapters is how to stock your kitchen with tools and equipment as well as ingredients for the Millennial Kosher kitchen. New ingredients, and a lot of them will tell you where to get it if you're not familiar with them. So, so that I definitely wanted to incorporate that because if people have all these new spices that they haven't seen before or new condiments, I want to tell them, what they are, where they can get them. Because part of cooking Millennial is exploring new flavors and exploring international cultural cuisine
Right.
which you're seeing a lot in kosher restaurants these days.
Right. Absolutely. I remember when Susie Fishbein first came out with one of her books that had mirin in it.
Yeah.
So I remember Gourmet Glatt. Thank you. I'm okay, Zikam. I'm coughing. He's handing me water. Thank you. He's the best engineer you could find. I was going to say producer, but you're both. Nobody knew what mirin was. So Gourmet Glatt calls me up, and like a couple months after her first book one of these books come out, maybe her second or third. She's like, do you know when Susie's having a new book come out? Because we want to make sure Gourmet Glatt's stocked with all the cool things that she's doing, in cool ingredients. So I'm like, honey, they're going to do that to you now.
Right. So I'm actually doing a Glatt Mart in Flatbush is having a grand reopening, and I'm doing a book signing there. So he said,
when can we tell our listeners?
I believe it's May 6th.
So make sure you're following Busy in Brooklyn. She'll tell you.
Yes. So I had a meeting with them, and they're like, you have to tell us some new products that we have to bring in. We have to have a millennial, aisle or a millennial section.
That's very cool.
And I actually was in talks with another store about doing little stickers on their products that say, used in Millennial Kosher. And that's something I'm just so passionate about. If you want to bring your food to the next level and bring kosher into the new generation, it's really about embracing some new flavors that you're not used to. I feel like the Ashkenazim, our safety net is paprika and garlic powder, and the Syrians, maybe it's allspice.
No, it's allspice and cinnamon.
Yes,
I just learned that. I did an event with some Syrians this past week, and I go, what's your flavor profile?
Yeah.
They go, what? Like for Ashkenazim, I said it's garlic powder, onion powder, and paprika. They're like allspice and cinnamon.
So my mother-in-law is Syrian, and she taught me to make a lot of Syrian dishes, and I do have a few dishes in my book inspired by, Syrian cuisine. I have a lahmacun flatbread with a runny egg inside, very millennial. You have lahmacun. I love yours in your Pesach book. Amazing, the cauliflower. That was brilliant. That was brilliant. So I have that and different things. I have a lazy mershi. You know what mershi is?
Yeah, it's stuffed.
Right. So you have to stuff the vegetables and hollow them out, which is really painstaking and takes a lot of time. So what I do is I actually grate my zucchini instead of hollowing it right into my sauce, and then I just drop my meatballs into the sauce. So you don't have to
that's kind of like the unstuffed cabbage idea.
Right. So I call it lazy mershi meatballs.
Oh, I love that. I'm going to do that because
and it
I
has
love that
dried apricots in the sauce that are unbelievable. It's so good.
Look at her face as she talks. She's so excited.
I mean, that's why I wrote a cookbook. I'm very passionate about it.
She loves talking about food.
So I love that. My mother-in-law did teach. I did learn this new food culture. And so you do get a lot of, different things, tamarind and pomegranate molasses and a little bit of those Syrian flavors as well as the Ashkenazi
And a lot of these
flavors.
are available already now in the supermarkets. Tamarind, I mean, Ashkenazim might not use it as much, but I'm familiar with it. It's actually in a lot of Thai cooking.
Yes.
So and
like
it's
pad
actually,
Thai. And you mentioned pad Thai before. I have a pad Thai recipe in my book. It's a quinoa pad Thai. And
I've had it.
Yes, it's in my meatless meals chapter.
Do you remember she did it on the radio show?
No, I did it in the one in Gourmet Glatt, right?
But you did it with chicken.
I did it with chicken and I did it with zoodles.
Zoodles, yeah. Okay, it's the first time I tried anything with zoodles.
Right. So this time there's no zoodles. It's a quinoa pad Thai and it has a runny egg on top, and it's in the meatless meals chapter, and it's like you don't need any chicken or meat because the quinoa has a very high protein content.
And you have the egg any case.
You have the egg too, so it's delicious. It's really, really good.
Cannot wait to get my hands on your book. I'm very excited. I've seen it in the process. I was under wraps for many months before I could even talk about it when we heard about it.
Yeah.
Straight from you. So it's like...
Well, thank you for all your guidance over the past few months.
I can't wait to see this new baby of yours.
Thank you.
You'll really enjoy the high and the ride of all of the stuff that's going to come with it.
Yes,
all the nachas that you'll get from this new baby.
Yeah, and when you make the recipes from the book, don't forget to tag me. I'll post your pictures.
Right, hashtag Busy in Brooklyn when you get the book.
Millennial Kosher.
Millennial Kosher. That way Hannah will be able to find you and share your
and
stuff.
tag me. Tag Busy in Brooklyn, and I would love to share, and really a lot of the feedback I got from my recipe testers is like, I would have never made this, but thank you for giving me this recipe because it opened my eyes to new flavors, new spices. Right. And it was the most delicious thing ever, and that's really what I'm trying to accomplish.
I got to test a recipe for you
What do you test? I don't remember.
The rice, the wild rice, and we were trying to figure it out, and you reworked that.
Yeah. So we have a figgy farro salad.
Figgy farro,
which is farro is an ancient grain, but it's right now very very trendy. It's delicious. It's kind of like barley, but
it's nutty. It's got a really good
nutty
very
flavor. Similar to barley.
I used it when I ran out of bulgur to make tabbouleh.
Oh, and that must be delicious.
And I didn't have quinoa, so I just used farro. I'm like, oh, that's a good one. And I usually don't like grains, so I love farro.
So mine has like roasted butternut squash and dried figs in it, some mint.
Right, is that the one I end up
it's
working
it's
the
a little
dressing?
different. Yeah, that dressing, but I switched it around a little bit.
Oh, fun. Okay,
yeah. So,
amazing.
Yeah, I'm really excited for everyone to get it and see and watch everyone cook from it. And like I said, really, there are lots of. We're talking about the more fun ones, but there are very basic staples that anyone can make for dinner. Because, like I said, that's what I do at the end of the day. Right. I have a family, and I
you can always follow
family.
Chani in her foodie adventures on Instagram,
yes.
and on her blog, Busy in Brooklyn.
Yes,
both the same name. But she's a lot of fun to watch, and she's passionate. She's excited. She also has a terrific sense of humor, and she's a great writer. Where I cannot write, and that's where my story comes in, because I want to say what I need to say rather than write what I need to say.
Right. Like, you talk a lot, Naomi. You just got to put whatever you say on the paper. That's all. That's writing.
Right, but I can't do it. It doesn't work for me. So I will talk and not write. So I'm always in awe of someone who has
Thank you.
Great writing skills. So good luck, Chani.
Thank you. Thanks for having
Kosher
me.
Millennial
Kosher.
Millennial Kosher. I'll never get.
We'll show the cover again.
Pesach perfect.
So pre-order it on Amazon or Art Scroll, and it will be in Judaica stores in about a week and a half.
Right? We're doing a giveaway.
Absolutely.
We actually spoke about that, but we're about to switch to Aviva. You want this cookbook? You know what to do. Follow Busy in Brooklyn, Nachum Segal Network. I know you already follow me, so I don't have to say it. If you do not have Instagram or Facebook, this is really an Instagram giveaway, but not on Facebook, so don't bother doing anything with Facebook. But if you don't have Instagram, just email me, naomi@nachumsegal.com, and I'll put you in the entry for to win. And then Art Scroll will send you out a copy of the book.
Sure.
But this is a Nachum Segal Network giveaway of Millennial Kosher by Chani Applebaum. She does her own photography, her own styling. Congratulations. Let's get it in our hands.
Thank you. I appreciate
in a couple of days. All right. I don't know if you can stick around, but let's get Aviva into the hot seat.
You come in the hot seat.
We're going to switch around. I met Aviva. I always talk about how I meet people. I don't know why I always do that. Honey, we need to do a photo, man.
Okay, so let's do it.
Okay, let's do a photo while we're on air. Come on. This is how we do selfies with Chani Applebaum. She is the best at them. Also, Melinda's really good too. I can never get them right. We're going to do
it. It's hard to squish everyone in, though.
Okay, so we're doing a photo here because we need to...
just get in there.
Okay, here we go. On air. 1, 2, 3. Chani looks adorable. I look old. Okay, that's how it goes. All right. Thank you so much, Chani, for joining us. Aviva's grabbing a seat. I always talk about how I met people because I always think it's a good build-up and an introduction. Chani, you leaving these for us?
Of course.
Oh, yay.
These two?
Nachum will enjoy. I'm going to leave some of these for Nachum. Maybe ZK will find his appetite. We had a pre-breakfast meeting this morning, so he's full. Okay, so I met Aviva through Miriam Pascal. You saw her on my Instagram page just the other day. It was a great meeting because she actually just came over to show us some of her knives. I'm going to actually do you no justice if I talk about you because you have much more to say than I do. But she was great and she showed us her knives and I'm like, you need to come on my radio show. You need to do this. So I spend the next 17 minutes talking about you and your amazing products and how we can...
Absolutely. Thank you.
I always talk about you got to have good tools. Yes. You're nothing without your tools. You're not a good cook. Even Chani would say you are nothing without your tools.
Yes. So I've been selling Cutco for the last 10 years, and this is the first time I'm really getting this kind of exposure on social media. It was never really something. Shout out to my niece, Ahuva Frankel, at Azurline Creative Studios for really pushing me to go into the social media area. So I just began a short while ago when this happened with Miriam and with you. And thank you so much. This is truly an honor to be featured here, to be able to come and speak about this amazing product and the 2 new businesses we launched from it. So as I said, I've been selling Cutco for 10 years. So my Instagram page, Remember Me Home, is for Many of you watching have purchased Cutco, whether it was through me, whether it was through another representative, and you love your Cutco. It's guaranteed forever. It stays sharp. If it doesn't, you send it back. They'll sharpen it for you right in the factory. They'll replace it if it's broken. And then I left Cutco for a few years, and I did some B2B sales. I worked at Staples Corporate, and my husband said, you've never been as happy as when you sold Cutco. So he said, can you come back to Cutco? And let's take what you learned from Staples Corporate and let's sell this at a corporate level. So that's my second Instagram page, which is Remember Me Gifting, where we can take any piece of Cutco. We are branching into the leather and other luxury good industry. So all about engraving, monograms, logos, and we can go ahead and put that right on.
I absolutely love this. If you've got an event or a Hanukkah party or something that you are going to for your company, you could actually have, this is the country home furniture. They must have done this for their people. So I could do it for my people, the Aussie Gourmet. I don't know who my people are.
Everybody.
My family. But this is beautiful. And these are chicken scissors?
Yes, they're chicken scissors, but they're more like utility scissors. Cutco calls them super shears because you can cut through anything. As you see the broken penny in there, we can cut a penny.
Wait. Can I do this? Can I cut
that
this penny?
one's done already, and it's going to be a little dangerous, but if you get a new penny,
okay,
we can go ahead and do that.
I'm reaching for my wallet.
Oh, yes. So with Cutco, it's really just about quality product, pricey. It is quality pricing as well. So it's about that guarantee. And I did bring some fruits and vegetables if you'd like to try some out.
Wait. Okay. We're going back to knife.
There's a little trick on where to start. So let me go ahead and show you this.
I hope this is on camera.
Okay. So you see where it says 2000?
Yeah.
So take that and...
You know why I'm doing this with a penny? It's actually illegal to cut up American money. I know this
under
from
5 cents.
I thought it was under one. I thought it was only.
Yep.
I thought it. Well, I guess the only thing is 1 cent.
Yep.
I mean, you're only allowed to cut up and destroy a 1 cent coin.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm taking a pair of Cutco shears.
Yes.
And I am literally trying to cut it in half. Maybe you better do it because I'm a little uncoordinated.
Yeah, that's okay. So we take this and we just go right in there.
This is so cool. She's cutting up money.
You don't really have a use for cutting pennies in your kitchen, but this is great for chicken. This is great for vegetables. Yesterday,
look at this. Can I just show that to everyone? Look, she cut up a penny.
Yesterday, I got a tag on Instagram from Hanasara Posen, who her Instagram page is Bakes and Steaks.
Oh, I follow her.
And she said, this is what I use my Cutco scissors for. And she had a bunch of green beans, and I said, that's brilliant. I sit there with my paring knife, one after the next, next, cutting off the ends. These scissors, we're done.
Okay, so let's talk about
brilliant.
Some of these. You bought in some stuff for me to cut up.
I sure did.
Because I think it's really important. It's not about, Cutco's known for being very sharp and stay sharp. And if they're dull, they will come and sharpen it for you, which I love that. I don't know Cutco knows. I'm just going to say that. This is just something I've been impressed with. I met her yesterday.
Yes.
15 years ago, when I was at a younger stage of my life and money was a little bit tied up. I saw and was always blown away. And, I guess the timing is right. So when the timing is right for you, you will reach out to Aviva.
Yes, thank you.
Hopefully it's today.
That would be fantastic.
Okay, so what are we doing here?
So you got lots of great goodies today. You had stuff from Hani. You have, probably some savory stuff in your mouth. So how about we go into some fruit?
Okay.
I brought a honeydew, and you can slice that up any way you'd like.
I'm going to stand up. Uh-oh. Okay. So I'm standing up and I'm slicing like this.
Any way you cut your honeydew.
My grandparents, I'm going to move up my microphone. My grandparents were in the fruit cutting business. Uh-oh. We're in the fruit business in Australia. Okay. All right. This is really very light pressure. I'm not very good at cutting. Oh, wow. I thought I wasn't good, but I cut that pretty nicely.
You cut that pretty nicely.
It's all about the good equipment. That's great.
Yes. So this knife is actually a phenomenal knife on meats. I slice my corned beefs hot. I went to culinary school. That's like the biggest no-no. Do not slice your meat hot. Because it'll fall apart.
They always say to keep it cool and then slice it.
Yep. Well, with Cutco, I slice it hot, and it's
really. Where'd you go to culinary school?
I went to CKCA.
Oh, I love that. But now we have Culinary Kosher out there on Flatbush Avenue.
Okay,
so
well, that's a great alternative.
shout out to them, because I really think in this day and age, and with a foodie explosion that's happened the last, say, 10 years,
Yes.
we needed that.
Yes.
And it was really sad when it closed, but I'm
was.
glad something else took its place.
I plan to actually write a book on Kirov, on secular Jews who just want to learn about Shabbos and Judaism. And the reason I went to culinary school was to put in my own Shabbos recipes, because before I went to culinary school, I was a pretty good cook. And I wanted to write this book, put recipes in, but I figured secular Jews reading it would say, how do we know if this food's any good? Who is she? But if I have the title professional chef, then they're going to say, this is good food. Let's make it. Let's
Right.
try out what this Shabbos thing is.
Right. Okay. I like
Okay.
it.
Would you
Cool.
like to slice up some honeydew and have some now?
Okay, so how do I do that?
Any way you would like. Slice it again.
Slice it again? I'm learning. Like,
I can actually do an onion.
wait, microphone.
If you'd like, I can do an onion demo and teach you
Yeah,
how
let's
to
do an onion. Let's do an onion. Wait, so how do I, now what do I just keep going?
So if I was in your kitchen, I would take a spoon and scoop that out.
Scoop that out, yeah.
And then just slice it.
Okay, make slices. Okay, like we would do pretty traditionally at home.
Yes.
Okay, I thought maybe there'll be something else. Okay, great. This is great. Let me just do one more. Because I like cutting. And again.
And
Okay.
it's just effortless.
It really is effortless.
Now, one thing many people say is that they're scared of Cutco because it's so sharp.
Yeah.
But what happens is if you have a dull knife and you're trying to cut through a honeydew, you're sitting there going, and then you end up cutting yourself. But you got to be careful just not to let the honeydew slip out of your hand.
Yeah. I nicked my finger just a little bit, but I'm actually okay there. So that's good.
Okay, so let's go through cutting an onion. I have my onion knife in red.
Oh, we were talking about that one yesterday. You were saying I should get that one.
Yes.
There's the microphone.
This is definitely the best knife for onions in my kitchen because I slice a lot of onions. So what I'm going to do, I don't know if the camera can see me, I'm going to show you how I slice an onion the way I learned in culinary school, which is to dice an onion really quickly.
Okay. All right. Like, what do you mean?
Do you want me to do it now or do you want me to slice
Yeah,
the potato instead?
Yeah, let's slice the potato. And
Okay.
Let's wait for a second.
Okay.
Okay, so she's going to prepare a whole bunch of vegetables. And then we're going to show you the best tool. Now, let's talk about what that knife is before you start cutting.
Yes.
Hold it up.
This is called the cheese knife. A cheese
I
knife.
like that it's like see-through.
Many Orthodox people do not slice up their own fresh cheese. They buy it pre-sliced, and they said, what do I have a use for a cheese knife in my block of Cutco? So this is actually my favorite potato knife. My husband makes the cholent in my home. And
What? Say that again?
my
Say that-
husband makes the cholent in our home.
You know what my husband makes?
Nothing.
No, he makes charoset.
Okay.
Yeah. Charoset. So,
Okay.
Yeah. So,
So he makes the cholent.
you're a very lucky lady. No, but it's good. I don't want him in the kitchen in any case.
That-
And he makes toast and cream cheese. He's the best. He helps me clean up. He's the best. But he does. He's not really a cook. So I always get a kick when I hear about this. Okay.
So I had been selling Cutco for quite a while before we met, and he was pretty skeptical about Cutco until he took the potato
Okay,
knife.
now let's cut when we have the...
Yes.
Focus.
I'm actually going to let you go ahead and try that.
Oh, okay. So what am I doing?
You're just-
Sorry, ZK.
Cutting a potato. Now it has the holes because it's the cheese knife.
Yeah.
So the friction allows that the potatoes don't get stuck.
All right, because
the
you know when you
knife.
cut potatoes, they kind of like get stuck like this. Mm-hmm. Oh, cool. Huh.
So this was actually the knife that sold him on Cutco being really good.
You need to, if you guys want to try this, you can reach Aviva and she'll
Yes.
come to your house and show you how to do
I'll
this.
come to your house. I'll do a demo.
So I want people to really seeing is believing. That's why I say watch us on the Nachum Siegel Net channel on YouTube.
yes.
Because you hear us, but you also need to see us. And I love that you guys are always watching and you can see us on the app and the websites and the YouTubes. Okay, what's next?
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do an onion demo the way I learned in culinary
Okay,
school.
you're going to do it. I'm not doing it.
I will be glad to do it. I hated cutting onions my entire life. I still don't love it, but now that I can do it so much faster, it's finished.
Okay, let's go. Let's
So
see this done.
There are two ends. This end must stay intact.
Right, we know that from
Yes.
Food Network.
Now we're going to go ahead and, by the way, your thumb and forefinger lock right in place. Professional chefs like to hold their knives over here,
I hold mine like that.
but home chefs like to hold it here. So you have that option. So I'm going to
Okay.
go ahead and slice that right off. Now we're going to take the onion and put it on the flat side down and slice it right in half. So we're going to take that. I don't usually cut sitting.
Yeah, so why don't you stand? You stand. I'll give you the microphone up here.
Okay. And then I'm going to slice this right down.
Right down the middle, through the root tip.
Through the root. We've got 2 sides now. Sorry, I'm making a mess.
This is Food Network right here on the Nachum Siegel Network.
So I like to go ahead and peel this right off because you
This
can
is the
just start-
outer skin layer. I'm describing to all our listeners. That's the outer skin layer.
Okay, so now I do the same on both sides. I clean off my board so I don't get that in there. And then go ahead and take the knife, and you're going to make long, about 1 inch apart slices, but don't cut off the root. Keep it all
that's
attached.
it's about a half an inch.
Half an inch, okay.
A centimeter. I would say a centimeter.
Half an inch, okay. So go ahead and slice that, all through to the other side where you can't really see it. And then you're going to take the knife blade and go 2 slices through this way. Now it's still attached.
At the root tip, so that way it's not completely
still
falling
attached,
apart.
And now we're going to put the tip down there. We're going to put the knife blade down here, and you're just going to go chop, 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 and the entire onion. It's a little difficult because right now I have a lot of stuff on my board.
Yeah. Usually you
usually
don't have
my board is completely
you actually
empty.
don't usually cut up cantaloupe and onion on the same board.
No, we don't do that. So, and you've got here perfectly diced onions.
I love that.
Done really, really
So
fast.
what's next?
Next we got.
Okay, we've got some carrots.
This is a Cutco vegetable peeler.
Okay, it's all about the peeler. If you don't have a good peeler, you have nothing.
There are 2 blades over here. So
Okay.
you can go up and down and go do, and I'm gonna go ahead and let you try that with the 2 blades.
Okay, so I can go
Up and
down,
down.
and now I'm going up and down, and up and oh, I love this. This is good. Yeah, I usually have a Swiss Y peeler, so it's a little bit of a different feel, but totally like this. Wow. Okay. Okay, so now we're changing it up a little bit. We're bringing out some. We've got 4 minutes left.
Okay,
How fast does the show go?
This very, very fast. But you had some really great stuff going on today with Connie and
now with you.
Toronto King. What was his name?
Yeah, the Kosher King.
Kosher King. Okay.
You got to follow him on Instagram. He's
Yes,
great.
I sure will.
And join his foodie group.
Okay. Definitely.
Ooh, what's this?
This is the knife that Miriam Pascal fell in love with yesterday when she was playing around
really?
with them.
Miriam
Yes.
liked this one a lot?
Miriam loved this one. Miriam likes really big knives. So I personally like
It's like
this
a samurai.
small one over here for my onions because I'm someone who likes smaller knives. But Miriam said that she really likes big knives. So I'm going to go ahead and let you.
Oh, wow. This is like a guillotine. I'm doing this sitting down. You know what? There's a reason why you're standing.
Yes.
Are we getting this on? Oh, wow. This is a great knife.
Now, this knife has a very wide blade, which means that, let's say I was dicing up some Spanish onions, I could go ahead and transfer the food right on the blade into my pot.
Okay.
Because it's a very
you know
wide
what?
blade.
This is my thing about
Yes.
with knives, right? When you see someone cook like this and then they scrape the food.
Always use the back of the knife.
So they always scrape the food like this. If you all hope you're all watching with the blade side down, they're scraping from the cutting board into the ball. And I always go, oh,
No.
I'm going to have a heart attack. You're ruining the edge of the knife. So you turn your knife over. If you're watching on the YouTube channel, you'll see. But if you're listening, I've turned the knife over and you scrape with the back of the knife.
Yes.
And that way you're not ruining the precious edge, which you paid a lot of money for.
Yes.
And it's staying intact.
Although Cutco is guaranteed forever.
Right. So even though it's guaranteed forever,
You still want to
don't
keep
wanna
it in
do
good shape.
And you want to have good knives.
Exactly.
Okay.
And
Terrific.
Cutco's dishwasher safe as well, which is one of the most frequently asked questions we
I
get.
never put my knives in the dishwasher.
I don't either. Even though it is dishwasher safe, these are diamonds of my kitchen. I would never stick my diamond ring in the dishwasher.
I might would if it got a good clean.
I would bring it to the jeweler and get it cleaned.
Okay.
I personally like washing it in my sink, but most of my clients do like that they are dishwasher
Let's
safe.
talk about how the knife is built. It has 3 rivets.
Yes.
With a steel blade going through it.
They're nickel silver, and there's absolutely no air that can get in, as you can see there.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I feel a very tight seal.
It's the material that they use on airplanes, so you know that no air is getting in there.
Oh, that's good.
The handle's made from thermoresin, which is a material similar to the material of football helmets and bowling balls, so it won't chip, melt, or crack.
That's awesome.
Yup, and it's high carbon surgical stainless steel, so similar to what doctors use on scalpels for surgery.
Okay, cool. It feels good.
Made in the good old US of A.
Right, so I wanted to mention that.
Yes.
This is made local.
Yes.
I like this is made in upstate
New York. Yep.
Listen, if you live in New York, this is literally buying local. This is farm to table knife.
And I'm local. I live
Right.
in Queens, and
Okay.
I can speak with anyone anywhere in the country. We ship U.S. Unfortunately, we do not ship in Canada. I do have some connections with Canadians who have their own factory. So if you do live in Canada and you're watching and you're listening and you are interested, go ahead and send me a message on Instagram, Remember Me Home, or Remember Me Gifting, which is the corporate page.
Oh, I absolutely love what you're saying. I can't believe that our time is up. It's insane. I wouldn't think we need to have her back on the show.
I will be glad to
I
come
think
back.
this is great, and maybe we can do like more of a demo, see what's
Sure.
going on. This is absolutely fantastic. This is Table for Two with Naomi Nachman on the Nachum Siegel Network. We have music sponsored by Gedem. Gedem right up until Lichbenching. We have our Area of Shabbos show with Mark Zomick, which is airing now and also airs on Thursday at 7. We want to wish everyone Shabbat Shalom, and I can't believe the show is
Thank
out.
you
I feel
so
like I have so
much,
much more to
Naomi.
say. All right, Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Bye.
Take care.